Hey everyone, welcome to this week's video. I'm Shannon, and this week we're going to talk about early morning magic. I get a lot of questions about early morning magic. I have a couple of videos on my vlog from times we've done it before, and it's also my most popular article on my blog. And most common question I get is whether or not early morning magic is right for your family. But before we do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button below and make sure to ring the bell. That way you get a notification every time a new video goes live. So early morning magic gets confused a lot with extra magic hours. So extra magic hours are those hours that the park are open, usually an hour before park opening, for resort guests. Sometimes it's also an extra 2 or 3 hours after the parks close, and those are called evening extra magic hours. So this is early morning magic, so it's different. Extra magic hours, I'll talk about in a future vlog, but to be honest, we typically skip them because there's just so many resorts. I think 10, 12 years ago, it was totally worth it, but it's kind of that hidden secret that's not hidden anymore. And there's just more and more resorts, which just means that there's more and more resort guests. So we typically skip them, but early morning magic is something we absolutely love. We have done it at Magic Kingdom 5 times, and we've also did it at Disney's Hollywood Studios for Toy Story Land twice. So obviously we love early morning magic. It's not currently offered for Disney's Hollywood Studios. Ever since Galaxy's Edge opened, they haven't offered it for Toy Story Land. I don't know if it's going to come back. I really hope it does in some sort of capacity because we absolutely loved it. We were able to get in at 7 o'clock, go ride Slinky Dog a couple times, get in line for Woody and Jessie and Buzz and get those pictures, ride Toy Story Mania and Alien Swirling Saucers, and then have a fantastic breakfast at ABC Commissary. So if it is offered again, absolutely do it. I'll post a link in the description below from our timestamp of when we did it. I think it was December 2018. That was the first time we did it, and then we did it again in December 2000, or maybe it was September. I don't know. We did it again, and we did it twice, and we absolutely loved it. Now, the first time we did early morning magic at Magic Kingdom was in September 2017. That date I remember. And we loved it. I really did a lot of research. I wasn't sure if it was worth it. One of the rides was Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. It actually only offered 3 rides: Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, Peter Pan, and Winnie the Pooh. That was it. And we weren't sure. And then, of course, there was a buffet breakfast. We really weren't sure if it was going to be worth it. Our son wasn't even tall enough for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. But we were able to walk into the park, take our time. The gates opened at 7:45. We took our time. Everybody rushed to Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. We took our time, got some amazing pictures in front of the castle, and was able to just relax. And then we did Rider Switch a couple times and was able to ride Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. And I think we rode Peter Pan 4 times and Winnie the Pooh 4 times. So we definitely got our money's worth that first time. We also got some amazing pictures of my son in an empty Fantasyland. When does that happen? It doesn't. So we did that version 3 times. And then they upgraded it. So I think it was December 2018. I have to look at my dates, but I think it was December 2018 where they reamped it. And now it included those 3 rides. It's a Small World, Under the Sea, Teacups, and then the Princesses. So the 4 princesses, the fairy tale hall. So now all of that was included. And it seemed like, okay, this is definitely much worth it. Now the breakfast did get downgraded a little bit. It used to be this fantastic, all you care to eat breakfast at Pinocchio Village House. I don't know how to pronounce it. That's whatever. And they had awesome gluten-free options, which I loved. They had the cakes from Erin McKenna. But then now, because they expanded it, and I'm assuming they increased the capacity, it then got moved to Cosmic Rays. it's still a good breakfast. Is it great? No. Is it edible? Yes. It's good. It's basic. Eggs, bacon, pancakes, everything's kind of pre-prepared. You come, you get to the docking, launching bay, whatever, to pick up, and you just tell them how many you want. I am gluten-free. I'm celiac. I have to go to a separate person. The first time we did it was a little chaotic because I think it was the only second time this new expanded version was offered, and they had one person handling all the allergies. Well, all the allergies people. I think there were 6 of us, and it took forever. So that was a little disconcerting. But the second time we went, it was much better, much smoother, and I knew exactly who to go to and where to go. So, so if you do have an allergy, just kind of make sure that you prepare and you leave a little bit of time. They will prepare food for you in the back, bring it out to you so there's no cross contamination. So the breakfast is good. You know, there's a buffet of pastries and some additives as well, and some fruit, oatmeal. So it's pretty basic, quick service breakfast. So is it as good as it used to be? No, but it's still good and it's still worth the money. The price did increase $10. However, they increased the rides. So there's so many. You can pretty much finish Fantasyland. So what we have done is we usually start everyone when you walk in, you walk through Tomorrowland, and first thing we do is hit the teacups. And we'll usually ride it 2 or 3 times because sometimes we are the only people on it. And we love just that feeling of being the only people on the teacups. So we usually start at the teacups, and then we kind of make our way around, go to Winnie the Pooh, go to Peter Pan, Under the Sea, and then we hit Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, because now everyone that wanted to ride it first thing have now moved on to other rides, so we are now at Seven Dwarfs. We've ridden it probably, I think the last time when we rode it in December, it was the first time that we did early morning magic that our son was tall enough for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. So I think we rode it a total of 4 times, 2 times and 2 times we went back, but it was fantastic. It was fun because usually we did it as a rider swap, and this time we were able to do it with our son. We always end early morning magic at Magic Kingdom with It's a Small World. And the reason being is that It's a Small World is a long ride. So we usually try and get on around 8:50 to 8:55. Usually we're the only people on the boat, and which is fantastic. It's fun. My son loves that ride. We love it. We're kind of tired at that point because it's, you know, we got to the park. We walk in the park at 7:45. We're usually at the gate at 7:15 to 7:30. And so that time at, you know, almost 9 o'clock, we kind of just want to sit down and relax. The thing as far as being where there's still not that many people is there's usually a log jam of the boats. So that's a little unnerving when you're like, okay, I got to get to breakfast. I want to get one more ride in. So the last time I think we were stuck in boat traffic of empty boats for about 10 minutes, which was just unnerving, especially, you know, at Disney, time is money. But, you know, we got through. And then we usually will go to Haunted Mansion. And Haunted Mansion is kind of traditionally our first ride. We, you know, there's usually not much of a line at that point. We'll go and ride Haunted Mansion, and then from Haunted Mansion is when we go to get our breakfast. So that has worked out really, really well. We are pretty much done with Fantasyland. We also, by the way, we also go and see the princesses. It's the only time I can get my son to see the princesses is when there's no line. And so usually he'll do it. The first time with this new expanded version, we've done this expanded version twice. So the first time we did this expanded version, we actually saw the princesses first because my son still wasn't tall enough for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train. This last time, the princesses were almost an afterthought. So when I think we saw them in between the 4 rides on Seven Dwarfs Mine Train, kind of take a break. And I think my husband had to go to the potty. So he went to the bathroom, and then I took my son to see the princesses. So that was fun. And we were in and out really, really quick, and he got a lot of time. So if you have a little princess of your own, it's a great time to see it because they do get a lot of one-on-one time with them. They'll spend a lot of time with them if they want it. I think with us, they realized that we just wanted a picture. We were out. But so is early morning magic worth it? if you can afford it, if you have a family of 6, it's going to be an expensive morning, and it's expensive for an extra hour and 15 minutes. However, I see it as a character meal. So if you're going to spend a character meal, especially for princesses, I would spend your money on early morning magic, because you're going to, one, get that one-on-one time with 4 of the princesses. You're going to get professional photos with the 4 princesses through PhotoPass. And then you're going to be able to ride all these rides, early morning access, without any lines, and be done with Fantasyland. The breakfast, again, it's not, a signature dining, but neither is a character meal. So I think it is more money for early morning magic, but I think you get so much more than if you were to do, let's say, Cinderella's Royal Table for breakfast. So that's my take. I think early morning magic is absolutely worth it if you can afford it. You do have to get up early, so make sure you are at the bus stop. If you're going to take a bus, we usually will take a minivan. We will budget. I will try and take the bus and see and time the bus and see, and you can check it on your app if you're at a resort, but I'm never lucky with the bus for early morning magic. So just be prepared to try and call a minivan. And also know that time is the most popular time to get a minivan. So minivan might not come very fast. So just make sure you allot of time. Don't try and leave your resort at 7:15 thinking a bus is going to get there, or you're going to get a minivan right away and you're going to get to the park by 7:45. You're probably going to be late. And if you're late, you're out of luck. So now we don't know, I'm filming this in May 2020. We don't know what early morning magic is going to look like once the parks reopen. Right now they are on the schedule up until September, and you can actually still book early morning magic at Magic Kingdom up until September 29th. That's the last date as of right now, which is typical. They don't really run. They usually run every 3 months, where they'll update the dates. So right now it looks like it's going to be offered, but we just don't know what the parks are going to be like. And if the parks are pretty empty or pretty slow, it may not be worth it. The times that we tend to go in October, we go in December. For us, it's totally worth it. We get there early in the morning, leave by lunchtime, and we're out of there. So we can do all of Magic Kingdom if we do early morning magic. Usually December, the parade's at 2:00. We see the parade on the way out, and then we walk out and we're done for the day. So again, that's my 2 cents. Early morning magic, 2 thumbs up for me. If you have any questions specifically about early morning magic or other topics you want to hear about, leave a comment in the comments below. And I'll also post links to our other videos from early morning magic, some of our timestamps before I actually was a vlog, as well as my articles in my blog Disney Days. So thanks so much, everyone, and I'll see you next Wednesday.